I'm a survivor, and this is my story. At 17, my mom had just passed. I went to stay with my uncle, who is a pastor. And while I was there, he started raping me. At night, he would move my pants and want to have sex with me. Nobody will take care of me, nobody will take me to school. So it continued for the period of 7 years. Oh, I got to know about DNF through a neighbor. So when I got to DNF, they took me to the police station at FCT Command. And after listening to my story, hearing my story, they arrested all my family members that was aware of this situation. So yeah, when we got to the police station, my family members that were aware of the situation, they were all arrested, and now the matter is in court. It has been in court for like 4 years now, and I don't feel like I've gotten justice. I want justice.
I wanted to report the case to the police, but there are no sign language interpreters in police stations. So I didn't know what to do. I had to remain in the marriage since I'm a deaf person and I don't know where to go to. So at a point, there was this day, he and his mother beat me so much that I started bleeding. I was 8 months pregnant at that time. So my neighbors rushed me to the hospital, and when we got to the hospital, unfortunately, I lost my baby due to the violence. So I was so angry. I didn't even know where to go to. Like I said, there are no interpreters in police stations, so I didn't even know where I would go to that. So somebody asked us to even try a police station in the location where I live. But when we got there, the police, they were not even patient for me to write. They were saying they don't understand me. They just chased me away. So I had to go back to the house. After some days, I decided, because I wasn't, how the whole thing was going, I wasn't pleased with it. So I decided to report the issue to a deaf leader in our community. And the deaf leader told me to be patient, that God will give me another child. I still wasn't satisfied because I wanted justice. So I decided to meet an imam. I'm a Muslim. I decided to meet an imam in a mosque where we worship. And the imam told me the same thing, that I should be patient, God will give me another baby, I shouldn't take the matter up, and that I should just, let my husband go like that. So, I don't know, I'm still paying, I need justice, but the justice system is not accessible to people like us.
We hope at the end of the day that the messaging from pulpits, altars, mosque, the palaces would make survivors or people at risk, not even necessarily survivors, feel safe in the first instance to report, whatever makes them feel at risk. And then early warning signs are detected by these places, and then the content of the messaging from these places, would be humane to protect people at risk and punish perpetrators, to deter people from perpetrating the violence in the first instance. I am a survivor of sexual and gender-based violence, so I know real time what it means when you're harmed and you don't know where to go, or you don't know how to go about where to go. And so we've now looked at the leadership structure to recognize that if it is inclusive leadership, then it will recognize the fact that vulnerable people exist. And survivors of violence are vulnerable. So if we are better recognized in systems, then pretty much what caters to our safety caters to the safety of society. And that is the main reason why we are very happy that we're getting support of several palaces. We have a lot of chiefdoms represented here. FCT is quite large, and so this is the second event with the second interfaith dialogue that we're having with leaders of faith and culture. On Tuesday, we had one in Abaji that had people around the Abaji area because we're thinking about the geographic locations and the dynamics of the geographic locations. And so these ones that are closer to Amak, and we are in Amak this time, it is fantastic. I'm happy with the commitments we're having. I'm happy with the commitment of the Christian associations, of the Muslim associations, and at the end of the day, it's human beings we are. So many times the first point of call when something has gone wrong is the palaces or the religious places. And so in consideration of that, it's important to ensure we remind them to be safe spaces, because people who have suffered violence need safe spaces, need them to be safe spaces. And that's why we're reminding them of the realities of survival so that they don't re-traumatize people at risk, and they can detect early warning signs and partner with law enforcement to keep places safer. If people are habitually, have made some harmful practices to become normative, then they have the power to say it ends here. And that is the commitment we are looking for, from them. And exposure to trauma takes away a lot of resources from us. So since access to justice is so expensive, we hope that fora like this would help us co-opt the voices of leaders of faith and culture in ensuring that the government is more responsible towards people at risk. If we have places that victims can run to, as violence comes, victims run to the place. If we have systems like transport systems that can cooperate with victims and move them to safety, then that is a step in the right direction. If we have traditional palaces and places of worship as safe spaces that people at risk can run to, these are practical things that can happen. And then for the justice system, the voice of these people, every Friday and every Sunday, the people who are in the mosque and in the churches, judges are there, law enforcement agents are there, politicians that can effect reforms are there. So if the messaging comes out in those platforms, maybe reverence for these people would motivate the people who have political power to act on the issues at stake, and then we would achieve the prevention that we are seeking for.
Any issue that has to do with sexual, we take it up and make sure I involve the NAPTIP. Just like last 2 weeks, there was somebody that was in the net of NAPTIP for about 2 good months because he's kidnapped some teenagers to Ghana from my community. And from that community, he was sitting, he was based there. I had to move him from the community. And by so doing, we are fighting to make sure that there will be a time there will be no record of such activities again. There are saboteurs. Saboteurs in the sense that the middlemen, when such things happen, instead of taking it to the level that government can fully be involved, they will, just like the case this lady mentioned now, they will say it's a family matter. It's not a family matter. The government on its own is doing its best. Like the time I was talking of this one in my community, I know what government, the NAPTIP was doing. And I am advising government to put in more resources, because resources need to be allocated to that area so that we can be able, if we are able to fight it, the country will become a different thing. Just imagine what is happening in Ghana of recent. Is that not what is happening? They are looking at us as inferior Nigerians. So government should stand up on its thing and work hard and team up with the traditional rulers. We will do our best, and it shall become a story of the past.
We have been having series of cases of gender-based violence every day. We have them in the office, and we have been treating them. Anything that has to do with SGBV, we are being handled in the state command, both from the division. From the division, they transfer it to us in the state command, so we handled it. I will do it perfectly. It's high. It's high. Like in a week, sometimes we do have like 10 cases being reported from the divisions. So it's high both from the girl child and even the male. So it's high. The rate is high because it should not be fair for a child to be violated by an adult, it should not be fair. We have series of cases when they come to my office. It's not something that you overlook. So my advice is for them to stop. At least they are kids. They are kids. They are supposed to look onto us, we the elders, the elderly. But we are the one that they are violating them, which is wrong. So my advice is for them is to stop doing that. So that let's have a safe place for the children, so that they can always rely on us. And what I'm going to say again to the parent, that they should always listen to their children. No matter what we are doing, when a child comes to you and wants to speak to you, drop that thing that you are doing and listen to that child to know what the problem is. There's a case we handled in the office, and the girl said her mom was very strict and she cannot confide in her. So when you are strict to a child, there's no way that child can be able to confide in you. So that's why whatever that you're doing and a child comes to you, listen to that child. Give that child a listening ear.